Hey everyone, Redza from SoyaCincau here, and welcome back to another episode of ICYMI. On today's episode, we'll be talking about Huawei's P50 Pro dropping in Malaysia very soon, still with no 5G or Google mobile services. We'll also talk a little bit about 5G and how the Malaysian government might allow telcos to roll out 5G through the existing 4G spectrum. Alright, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. The Huawei P50 series was launched back in July, but was only available in China. However, Huawei Malaysia just dropped a teaser confirming that the P50 Pro is coming to our shores very soon. The P50 Pro for our local market will be running on a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chip with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. In terms of colors, it will be offered in Cocoa Gold and Golden Black. The P50 Pro features a 6.6-inch dual-curved OLED display that pushes 2700 by 1228 pixels resolution. It has a high 120Hz refresh rate and a 300Hz touch sampling rate. In the camera department, it gets a quad camera setup featuring a 50-megapixel main camera, a 40-megapixel mono shooter, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide angle camera, and a 64-megapixel telephoto camera that supports up to 100 times digital zoom. For selfies, it gets a 13-megapixel front camera. The P50 series could be the last Huawei phone to hold the Leica badge, as it's rumored that they've ended their collaboration. Unfortunately, it won't come with 5G. This is due to a limitation enforced by the US government. It also won't come with Google mobile services. Powering the device is a 4,360 mAh battery that supports 66-watt fast charging. The device also comes with IP68 dust and water resistance. In China, the phone is priced at about 4,000 ringgit, so we can assume that the price is going to be about the same. So, would you get a flagship smartphone without 5G or GMS in 2022? Let us know in the comments below. This Christmas, you can send GrabFood and gifts to your loved ones in a different country. They introduced a new Grab Gift interface that allows you to send Grab gift vouchers to anyone in Southeast Asia. They also now allow you to order from GrabFood or GrabMart for your loved ones in over 100 Southeast Asian cities. Unfortunately, this does not mean you can send Malaysian nasi lemak to your friend in Singapore. You can only order from regional options available in that city. With Grab Gifts, you can choose up to 3 services or brands that the recipient can choose from. After you're done, you can choose between different digital card designs and customize the message. If you want to send gifts overseas via GrabFood or GrabMart, it's only available in Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Myanmar. The pricing will be in foreign currency though, so Grab says you can only use a credit card to pay for it. You can also use the Grab Chat feature to communicate with the drivers, which includes an auto-translate feature. iOS 15.2 will include a feature that allows you to see the service history of your phone. The service history will tell you whether or not the service was done with genuine Apple parts and tools. If it was, then you will see genuine Apple part next to the part. If Apple senses a non-genuine part, a non-functioning part, or a part that was used in another iPhone, then it will be flagged with a warning indicator. The warning won't affect your device, but Apple still recommends that you use official Apple parts. The feature will only work on certain iPhone models. For the iPhone XS, XR, or later, you can see if the battery's been replaced. For the iPhone 11 or later, you can also see if the display has been replaced. Finally, for the iPhone 12 and later, you can also see if the camera's been replaced. This feature could be useful because it could help users verify third-party repairs or pre-owned devices. The Malaysian government might allow telcos to roll out 5G with the existing 4G spectrum. Regarding technology neutrality for existing spectrum, Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said technically, the existing spectrum assigned to telcos can be used for 5G deployment. However, if they're permitted to do so, it will affect DNB's wholesale model. He added, to provide high capacity for mobile telecommunications, the 700 MHz, 3.5 GHz, and 26/28 GHz spectrum will be used exclusively for 5G and other spectrum will be utilized for 4G. Anwar Musa said that DNB should engage with MPs from the opposition in parliament. He said that the government should view concerns about 5G implementation seriously and not bulldoze it through. He said that the government is reconsidering DNB's wholesale model, which means that telcos might have the possibility of deploying their own 5G infrastructure. The government aims to make a final decision about the single wholesale model by January 2022. The big 4 mobile telcos such as Celcom, Digi, Maxis, and U-Mobile currently have a mixture of 900 MHz, 1800 MHz, 2100 MHz, and 2600 MHz spectrum to provide 2G, 3G, and 4G services. With the scheduled shutdown of 3G at the end of the year, the 2100 MHz spectrum can be used exclusively for 4G. If the telcos are granted technology neutrality for the spectrum, they could utilize the 2300 MHz and 2600 MHz spectrum to provide 5G services. It's said that the 2.3 and 2.6 GHz bands should be licensed to operators for 5G use, and all existing and new licenses should be technology neutral to allow their evolution to 5G services. DNB recently revealed that it has a 40 MHz block of the 700 MHz spectrum, a 200 MHz block of the 3.5 GHz spectrum, and a 1600 MHz block of the 26/28 GHz spectrum. Alright, that's it for me today. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to SoyaCincau, follow our TikTok, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!